y'all, it's Asia, the fumbling farmer here, and just coming out to do kind of a weekly tour, see what's going on in the garden. So come on down. My random tomato plant in a pot has flowers on it. I have to give it some kind of support, but I'm kind of also thinking of just letting it grow naturally and see what ends up happening. I think they just kind of vine down and sprawl everywhere, so we'll see. But, over here we have our peppers. So tons of peppers coming along on the Cubanelle peppers. This one's getting the plant to lean over. They're nice and big. These are the Cubanelle peppers here. And the chili peppers in the back here. Oh, there's some little chili peppers back here kind of growing. So.
Oh, you have the teeny weeny one right there?
Yeah, there's a teeny one there and there's a bigger one there. So that's nice to see.
The
tomatoes
are doing
in the
well.
back are doing pretty well. They're like, if you can see, they're up here on the trellis growing all the way up.
It smells like tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, what do you see? Oh, yeah, look at all these red tomatoes in there. Tons of little red cherry tomatoes.
Ooh, you have a big one over here.
A big one over there. Be careful with the camera, remember, you don't want to make them busy.
Wait.
Yeah, we're going to come out and pick those, I think, soon. With our basket after the video, maybe. Alright. You going all the way around the video there?
Yeah. Ooh, dragonfly.
Remember, the farther you get from me, the less they can hear me too.
I'm coming. Oh, I'll take the shortcut.
Alright, you kind of got to walk through all the garden. Come on, girl, straight up.
The bee.
Oh,
Gotta take the long way.
okay. Alright, well, if you're going to be over there, then I'll meet you on this side. Alright, you want to scooch down, look down the middle here? So we have a bunch of cucumbers coming in and around there. I think it needs watering. They look a little droopy. I don't know if it's because of the afternoon droopiness or just...
That's some dry dirt.
You know. Alright, and there's more cucumbers in here if you look in here. Coming in.
This leaf is like blocking the way.
See it? Okay, come on through the trellis. We have here another acorn squash that got.
Where?
You see it right here.
Oh, yeah, that thing. I was like, whoa, acorn squash and the strawberries?
That got pollinated. And I think I saw this one might be pollinated.
Yeah.
And then there's one hanging up here that got pollinated.
Oh, and that one. That one isn't pollinated?
Yeah, this one is pollinated too. This was the first one that came.
Is that why it's green?
Yeah, that's why it's green like that. The rest of them should turn green. There's that one up there. And then super exciting is
What the heck is
these
that?
little melons here. Right, so this right here is the kajari melon. I don't think it got pollinated. There's another one here that I don't think that got pollinated. Follow me up a little bit. There's another little tiny one right here. That's a little hard to see. It's hard to tell when these flowers are open though, like the acorn squash and the zucchini. I know that the flowers are open in the morning, so that's when I need to come look for them. But these ones I can't really tell if it's like a morning thing or when they're supposed to be pollinated, so it's hard for me to know when to come out. Also, if you look at the flowers on these ones, can you zoom in close here? The like little male part of them is this little tiny part inside, so it's hard to actually pollinate too.
It's focusing on the leaf and not the flower.
Here.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. So that little part there, it's really hard to pollinate with that. Whereas if you look at like a squash flower, it has like a longer pointy thing. It's easier to pollinate. All right, come on. These are the carrots.
You knocked over
a
a herb. I don't know
These
what
are
that
the
is.
carrots. And
Can we pick one to check on them?
No, not yet. I picked one already. It was tiny, teeny tiny.
Dang.
All right, these right here are the zucchini. I have some bad news about the zucchini. Oh, look at that big guy in there.
He's ready to pick.
I think so. I have some bad news about the zucchini though. We have been discovered by the squash vine borer. The squash vine borer is actually a moth. It's like this little kind of orange and black moth sort of thing. And it comes and it lays its eggs on your squash, and when the eggs hatch, they're a caterpillar, and so the caterpillar bores inside the main stem of your squash and it eats your squash from the inside out. So we have some here. If we can disturb the, I think we gotta come over on this side to see it. So if you can see the stem here.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
some damage.
Yep. So I tried to stick my.
And the ants are taking advantage of this too.
Yes. I tried to stick my scissors up in there and take the borer out, but I don't know if I did a good job. And I'm seeing some, like, this is like the poop or the insides of the stuff. I think I need to dig up a little bit more. And I see it on this other stem too. So this plant might be a goner. And I have a lot of other plants, so I think it's okay. But you do want to get the caterpillar out of there in squash so it doesn't grow and it turns into like a pupa in your soil, and then it will come out, and the moth will be there next season doing stuff. So I'm gonna have to do that. I found it on this plant. I found it on that plant, but I think I got that one out because that one is still doing its thing. I found on 2 of the squash plants too, but I was able to get the little caterpillar thing out, and then I tied up the stem with the plant tape, and fingers crossed it's still going. So we'll see. All right, this is my lettuce patch. My lettuce is a mess. It's going to seed. This is what lettuce looks like when it goes to seed. So this is the whole lettuce plant.
Whoa.
So yeah, it's pretty tall. I think it's about as tall as my videographer is.
Now lettuce is taller than me?
Oh dear. All right, so this has gone to seed. I'm just gonna let it bloom just so that the flowers are there for the other animals. I guess, I don't know. This is cilantro here, but it's old, a little bit older, so it doesn't smell as fresh or as good. So a lot of the lettuce and everything in here has gone to seed. All right, let's go look at the peppers. Okay, so here we have some bell peppers going. So we got a nice bell pepper there. What else do we have in here? These are supposed to be those candy cane peppers. Oh, there's one down at the bottom in there. And then these are also supposed to be bell peppers, but I think they got cross-pollinated with something else because that does not look very belly.
A dragonfly.
Okay.
Can I something the dragonfly?
You're gonna go see the dragonfly? All right.
Well, flew away.
Flew away. Okay. Come on over to the squash.
Sorry, I'm not focusing when I'm putting the camera because I'm focusing and I'm putting my feet and trying not to step on your plants.
Okay. Here's some more.
Ooh, that's a big guy.
peppers coming along here. Another pepper here. More bell peppers going here. This is actually basil right here. Yum yum, smells good. Alright, this tomato's probably ready to ready to pick. It's a golden dwarf. It's a yellow cherry. It's supposed to be a cherry tomato, I think. No, it's a dwarf tomato plant, so I guess it's not cherry tomato. But golden dwarf plant there. Alright, and then over here we have the squash plants tied up. There's not too much going on. Oh, here's some squash coming over here. So I'm going to show you that one got pollinated. Come look what a not pollinated one looks like. When it doesn't get pollinated, then it'll start to shrivel up and look like that.
Yeah. Not
So.
so pokey either.
Yeah. Now I want you to focus on this plant right here. Okay, this plant right here is the one that the vine borers got to. So where all that tape is down there, can you get it? Are you getting where the tape is?
Yeah.
All right, well, that tape is down there. It's wrapped around where I made a hole in the stem to like kind of dig through. And this one, I think the squash got pollinated and is growing, so that's pretty good. All right, let's go over to, there's more zucchinis over here. I think one of these also got,
This is taller than me too.
spider borers. Yeah, that is called dog fennel, I think. It's actually a weed.
But Mom likes how they feel.
Yeah. Show them what we're talking about. So this is dog fennel, which is a weed, but I like how they feel. And this one happened to pop up in a pot. So I think as long as I pull it before it starts to grow, then it should be okay. Oh, speaking of pots, come over here.
See, I remind people of stuff.
This is my dill. Isn't it beautiful?
It looks like a mini
I'm gonna
forest.
try. It does look like a mini forest. I'm gonna try to make pickles with it too. So we'll see what happens. All right, come along. Go into the corn now. So last time we were here, I showed you that something had tried to eat this corn, and I said I was gonna just leave it there as a sacrificial corn, and hope that nothing touched anything else. And so far, that seems to be working.
Oh, I think you have. Oh, that one's ready.
I think this corn is ready here.
And then I'm pretty sure. Oh, this one's ready.
Okay, this one is probably ready.
This one feels thick too.
Yeah, and I think this one is ready too.
And
this
this.
one's going to be a really nice one. So we probably have
A lot of corn.
Yeah, enough for a family dinner. So that's what I was really waiting for them to be enough.
It's
But
like,
also, Nyla comes home in a couple weeks, so I kind of want to wait until Nyla gets home so she can have some corn too, because she was disappointed she didn't get any last week.
there's like a cloud behind you right there. It's like making, yeah.
Oh. All right, come on. Anissa's garden. We gotta mow the lawn too, but Anissa's garden's looking pretty. Black-eyed Susan and balloon flowers, and this, I forgot what it's called, something with the L, Liatris, lioness, something like that, is blooming, and it's all pretty and stuffy.
And my lamb's ear.
And your lamb's ear is doing
Sure.
well as well. Just
We should close
I
that.
guess, no, I think we're supposed to go out. This is Nyla's garden.
Well, guess it doesn't want us out.
No, we're coming out gate. Okay, and here we have our watermelon.
So it got like way bigger.
So try to zoom in on that one down there.
Hello, Mr. B.
Yeah, so we got that watermelon there. Not too zoomed in. A little bit smaller. There we go. So that one down there I think is actually doing something. This one here I think is actually doing something. This one here, I had the little tray underneath of it, but it has not gotten bigger than this size. So I think it just didn't get pollinated. And then, so since it's not getting pollinated and I'm going to touch it, let me show you something. So I've been watching or listening to people talk about how do you know when watermelons are ripe and good to pick. And apparently all like the watermelons will have like a little vine off the end connected to it. And when this shrivels up, then you know that the watermelon is ready to pick. So I'm going to test that theory this year and see how that goes. So we have that watermelon there. We have that watermelon there that I'm pretty sure about. And then
We have this guy over here.
we have a couple guys over here.
We got this guy. Oh no, we got this guy. We got this small dude, and then we got one
Got
over
one here and we got one down there. But these ones are kind of, last year my watermelon would all grow to about, try not to touch it too much, would all grow to about this size and then nothing else would happen. But there's that vine again that comes off of each watermelon plant that lets you know about its ripeness. So anyway, so I'm just not sure about these guys because they've been at this height or at that kind of, you are poking me, time for a little bit longer. Let me show you what's poking me.
Oh yeah, the seeds.
So these are the seeds of the cosmo flower. They're spiky, right? And then you can just pick them off and I just throw them back into the ground again. Next time it rains, maybe they'll do. These cosmos all grew from last year. Like I didn't plant
From
these.
Aliha's garden?
Yeah, from Aliha's garden last year. And then finalmente, watch out for the hole.
Yeah.
Look up here what we got. Some sunflower action. Yay!
That leaf is blocking my view, but you know, it's okay.
Okay. All right, videographer. So that's our garden tour for today. We're doing pretty well. The vine borers have found us, so we're just trying to
Spray them all.
well, not spray them. There's actually this BT spray. It's a natural bacteria that like happens in nature that you could spray on it, and some people also take it into a syringe and inject it into the stems.
Wait, Mom,
of
can I
the
tell you something?
plants.
So that thing.
That's really loud. Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry. We'll walk over here. Okay. So she said that the air thing was really loud. And
Yeah,
it was.
'cause
last
last-
video we
yeah.
watched, it was loud. And, so look at that videographer doing the videographer job. Anyway, Now what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the BT spray. So some people take it and inject it into the stems of their squash plants, and it only hurts
The
squash
little
like
creatures.
caterpillars and stuff. Like it doesn't affect humans in any way. It doesn't affect like
The plant?
bees and insects and stuff like that in any way. So it's a pretty good treatment. I just haven't gotten that like serious with it. With like I'm going to be injecting my plants with anything right now. So that's that.
Can we quickly
things are
do
doing-
this? The mosquitoes are attacking.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Most things are doing pretty well. The squash vine borers have found us and have attacked, and we're dealing with that.
Yep.
Watermelons are growing decently. I'm going to fertilize with fish fertilizer the whole garden this afternoon, I think, when it starts to get a little cooler. And that's what we got going on. So I hope you enjoyed the tour today, and that you like and subscribe. And she gave me a thumbs up for remember. Oh, hit the bell for the notifications. And happy gardening, y'all.